It is the moments of truth, the time you've been waiting for. The best of 5 finals in the BTS Pro Series Americas. 4Zoomers, Quincy crew, an absolute fantastic series. Just before this one, EG versus 4Zoomers. EG dropped out 2-0 against the Zoomers, and they have made it through the lower bracket into the grand finals against Quincy crew, who previously beat them in the upper bracket. And we have a rematch once again, and I'm surprised to see how this one is going to start evolving. Best of 5, 5 maximum, 3 required to win. T-Panda Kips.
Yes, and can I just say, best of 5 on a new patch. We're going to see a draft evolve where both of the teams don't quite know where to go yet. So we might see some very new stuff, or we might see them go back to all of the old favorites. And that really says a lot about the mentality that's going on in these teams right now. Because 4Zoomers before was banned out by Quincy Crew. They had no real good drafts that felt like they could play in their style. And now with the patch, like, you can't just ban them out anymore because there's only 4 total bans in the first phase. And we already see that Chen is just through. 4Zoomers pick it up immediately. Quincy Crew, of course, get to hit down the Chen creeps with the Marana, and yeah, we know MSS. This man is a beast on that hero, so they'll take any excuse to pick it.
Now that I see the Marana pick coming in from Quincy crew, I'm feeling that 4Zoomers, Quincy crew have to secure either the Sand King or the Shadow Demon to go up with the Marana right away, because there are 3 bans in the next phase, and definitely SK is going to be one of them, so they can't combo the Marana with it. They also had Ogre as another support option that they can go for, so depending if Quincy crew lock in a support or a core now, will they get their combo out, which led them to one victory against 4Zoomers in the upper bracket finals. So they make that combo work out perfectly with the Marana arrows and the stuns, and they just went with the stun lock combination to get pickoffs, and then just, you know, the enemy forces you to throw bodies at you and you just get one after the other. So see what they will decide to go with, the SK, the SD, or the Ogre now. We'll see if they do.
The SD is the superior pick here, in my opinion, if they immediately want to answer it, just because you can also dodge boats with that. The Sand King is going to be inconvenienced by the Kunkka because, you know, Sand King is a very mobile hero, and the X marks really messes with him, as well as that the AoE damage just is a problem. But instead, they secure themselves the Death Prophet. So they're saying very deliberately, all right, we're not picking 2 supports in this first phase, and we're also not locking in our offlaner just yet. They rate that higher than a direct Mirana combo pick. I mean, and if you have MSS on the Mirana, let's face it, you might say as well, okay, this man's gonna hit a couple of arrows anyway, so I can see where they're coming from there. It's a very deliberate choice.
Yeah, I like the idea of picking up the Death Prophet early on in the draft. They have been doing so very frequently. They've had Lilith play it on the offlane. They've also had DP in the mid lane sometimes. Depending on how the draft starts to roll around, where can you get the best lane for the DP? What's the role of that Death Prophet in the team fights? And outside of that, Sand King ban from 4Zoomers, very expected. And also
we're trying to make that inconvenient, but not like, you know, it's not impossible at all to play it into the Kunkka.
And also with this DP, I'm not even sure if they even want to prioritize picking an Ogre, so I'm not sure if that's even ban-worthy for 4Zoomers to focus on that. Might as well just ban more cores. Just let them have the support they need.
There's Bad Rider Respect ban. And I like how much time they're taking for these bans right now. You can really see that they have a lot to talk through. And, you know, that time that you have for a ban feels quite long until you realize that there's 5 people trying to talk during that. And then everyone has, like, what, 5 seconds for themselves? That's not a lot.
We'll get rid of the Winter Wyvern, so one combination, one hero that is very nasty against the Chen as well. Slowing down and damaging, and also with that ultimate, the Chen army can really get a huge buff on their own ally, so that that ban definitely makes sense here.
And they're also threatening a zoo draft right now. They're saying, alright, Lycan's not out, Beastmaster's not out. I think it's especially about the Beastmaster. Quincy Crew think it's about the Lycan though. Like, for me, it should be Beastmaster, just because even though Helm of the Dominator got hit, and Necrobook as well. I think that with a Vlads and a Blink Dagger, you can play a different style of Beastmaster that still really profits from both being an aura carrier as well as having a really strong laning stage.
10 seconds.
But we'll have to see. Maybe teams say that
5
Beastmaster
seconds.
doesn't do
Hurry,
well enough
hurry.
if he can't pull waves anymore. That's up for debate. I want to see that work out first. And this is one of the beautiful things at the start of a patch. I don't know it, but they haven't had enough time to try it out either. They have to go by gut feeling right now. And they're saying, all right, no Shadow Demon for you.
No SD. And the last ban from Quincy crew before they go for the third pick. They banned the Beastmaster. They banned something else. You already talked about the Dominator. I don't think the Dummy has really changed at all, that it wouldn't be worth building. A lot of people are still... we just saw in, yeah, we just saw in the previous game that Dummies are still around.
Yeah.
People are happily building them. But in that, you did have the Enchantress dealing most of that with controlling the neutral creeps to get yourself either the Alpha Wolf or you have the Centaur for the stun. Also a very tanky neutral creep to just get vision from Roshan, scout ahead, get a bit of extra info. Can be risky when you go against the Mirana, that you're just going to lose it to a singular arrow. A lot of free money for the Mirana to go with.
A lot of time spent thinking about this last ban. I wonder if they're thinking Beastmaster here. Or, this would be really clever from 4Zoomers if they just ban out that Winter Wyvern in order to get a bunch of heroes out of the pool that they weren't looking for anyway. TB. TB is also one of those areas that Winter Wyvern is just superb against.
That too, but also with the Chen, can't really blow up the TB if he gets that small heal save from global range and allow him to get the Sunder off. TB's health pool is very limited for the first 18 to 25 minutes of the game. You'll go maximum to like 1700 HP 25 minutes in the game, even with a BKB.
Yeah, and I see the synergy with the Kunkka as well. Kunkka is also so good at keeping people alive.
Shaker,
Okay,
there is room for a Rubik. There's room for a Clockwork in Zoomer's draft. Do they want to get it though?
Seen Husky play the Clockwork before. Rubik as well.
Only 10 seconds.
The Rubik.
And the opportunity to get here, like this Earthshaker might just be a +5, but it could also be a threat of a Core Shaker. That's something that we haven't seen a lot recently, unless it was against Broodmother. But in this position, like it's either a 5 or a Core, because you just know that MSS is going to take that Mirana. And again, I mean, Quinn would play, but I'm not convinced about Mirana mid. It feels like a weak shot, especially against the Kunkka. Maybe Lelis could pick it up. I'd just rather see that Death Prophet in a core side lane role than a Mirana. That's basically the gist of it. And yeah, there's the Rubik pick, as you said. So steal that fissure, cast it without any animations on it whatsoever. It's an instant long-range stun. You get to follow up with your own lift after that.
Yep, I agree on that. The Mirana could work out as a carry, potentially. Could work out as a mid too, if they don't want to put it as a hard support. Since Shaker would preferably want to play 4. You could technically play offlane Shaker with Lelis. We could put DP mid. Bit of flexibility here, but not that much time. With the changes to the draft, there was a bit of calculations that I did comparing the old drafting time compared to the new drafting time, because it's now 30 seconds instead of 35 seconds when it used to be before. So roughly about 50 seconds less in the total draft time if you were not using your reserve time at all. So if you would just be using the given drafting time, and the draft would be over by less than a minute. So it's a bit faster tempo than before. Not a huge difference, but still good. And I have to say, I don't exactly feel like this Broodmother is necessarily the best pick here. Of course, it's interesting to see, but there's so many problems that the Brood is going to encounter in this game unless you're going to shut down Quincy crew in like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
It
it's definitely not
could
going
work.
to be an easy one. But then again, we've seen Jaren do just fine in his side lane with being faced up by a Legion commander. So I don't think he is too daunted at the same time. But yeah, Shaker can play into him. I've actually seen Necrophos play into the Broodmother with success as well. So it's not the roughest thing for Quincy Crew to deal with him in the lane at the very least. And the question then becomes more about the game. With that Broodmother always knocking on your towers, can you deal with that? Do you have someone who you can send back to deal with it? Or, someone who is low priority enough that you don't need them for the fights?
Yeah. They will ban the Luna as well, knowing that if this Brood gets a good early mid game, then Luna will have a secure late game. So they take rid of one of the stronger late game heroes alongside the TB, which is also another. I mean, TB was banned before already, but similar traits as the Luna does. Meanwhile, 4Zoomers are banning out core heroes that are stronger early on that can fight the Broodmother when they need to stack up together. Pango is also something that can be a bit of a nuisance. The disarm can be very handy when it comes to fighting against the Broodmother.
And he wrecks the Spider Army.
He wrecks the Spider Army, but I think it's more important about disarming the Brood, who has a very short cooldown on his ultimate and just wants to run at you with high damage output. If you get that disarm off, he's very mobile. He's able to move around the Broodmother. He's able to chase her. It's just something that matches up to the Broodmother pretty well.
It definitely is. And it would have that map mobility as well, where you get to cross distances better. Ricky last ban.
Ricky is not exactly a late game hero, but something that could set up tempo. Especially once that Diffusal Blade is up. There's so many things that Zoomers can follow up on. It would leave their draft a bit squishy in as a whole. So I wouldn't actually... I have to say I don't like this Ricky ban, to be completely honest.
They have a lot of heals. I can see why they think that they can keep a Ricky alive. And there is Visage. Okay.
There is nothing that can stop
Carry Visage?
What the f just happened? There is nothing that can stop this man.
I still think that Visage is going to the mid lane, and that this will probably end up being a safe lane Punka. But yeah, since the Broodmother soaks up such a large amount of the farm on the map, that is honestly fine. And Quincy Crew.
This is the hero that 4Zoomers banned twice against EG. They didn't ban it against Quincy Crew, and Naga goes through.
Yeah.
Alright then, we have our drafts.
She can fight the Broodmother as well. So they have a couple of heroes that can deal with it now. Also, just, the map control, as I said, if you're dealing with the Broodmother and the Visage, you want to be able to really push out those lanes, especially when you're not there. And this is the way to do it.
Do you favor the Naga more?
10 seconds to pick.
I do really like the Naga. And this is okay. They are putting MSS on that Shaker now. I almost want to say that that's a shame because I love his Mirana so much, but you know what? He's also great on Shaker.
Yeah.
See you later.
Do you see who picked Chen?
What the f just happened?
Wait. Are they...
That's a Gunnar Chen. Alright, so this is not just a lot of push, this is a absolute metric fuck ton of push.
I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to say?
No.
I'm excited, that's what I am. Oh man, I love teams that really dare to go all in for, pushing the enemy out as early as possible and then seeing if they can finish. Because that means that you're skipping all of these, if you make a game go long, you're skipping all of the earlier moments that you could have won the game. So in the abstract, it is ideal to win the game as early as possible. You just gotta play really tight to do it. And let's see if Four Zoomers can pull it off. I'm going with them just because I want to see this mid-Chen work. No other reasons, and I think it's good enough.
That's a tip already coming in from Quinn, at least. Like, if this is what you're bringing up against me, then come at me, bro. Is his response. This is the grand finals, ladies and gents. This is the final series of the Pro Series of the Americas and Beyond the Summit. Who is going to be crowned champion? 3 victories required. And Zoomer's definitely bringing out a very different type of draft. We've seen some spice. We've seen some specialities come out. I have to say this one really does take the book if Chen can win this game as a mid. Probably just gonna keep a close eye and see if it works out. Most of the time when I see these weird picks come in, rarely see them work out. But I think Grand Finals is exactly the place to really show your confidence. You're coming in with a victory into this series. Maybe it's just enough to make the magic work.
It could be. I think Penitence can be insanely powerful if you have enough other units to move with you. And guess what? This draft has that in abundance. So if he meets up with the top lane or the bot lane, it doesn't actually matter. Because he's going to deal so much damage with that. And he's going for Helmet to Dominator as well. He's going to be tanky. He's going to have that heal to back him up.
Yep.
Even if they don't have that many disables, that I think it'll be, you know, easy to find pickoffs. They'll have an easy time taking towers for sure. How are you gonna dislodge these people from under your towers once they're on top?
Well, Quincy crew at least to get themselves a bit of economy. Quad rune. All of the runes going for the Dire team. Quincy crew. That's 160 gold per player to start your game. It's be nice. Nice to have. Monkeys Forever and Husky duoing against the Yawar Naga Siren in the top lane. Gonna be SVG as well, turning their attention toward the Kunkka right away. Heavy damage coming in on the Kunkka, forcing him already out, and he spent all of his tangos. Gonna need to get more regen very soon.
Oh, and a courier is gonna be so slow bringing that. He honestly might as well go die to Roshan.
I guess that could be
You
a
can
thing.
keep SVD off the lane a little bit more, but there's very little for him to do here.
Yeah, at least trying to draw his attention away. Give that vision so that Mirana doesn't get the arrows off, because that's what SVG is waiting for here, is wait for the Brood to go into the lane for a last hit and then go for the arrow or try and read their movements. But Monkeys Forever is definitely making it hard for now. Needs to keep it up. Sammy Boy, safe lane Visage. In most cases, I see the safe lane Visage just gets dumpstered in the first 7 minutes, and then they go on a godlike spree in like 15 minutes into the game. So that's my usual experience of a Pods 1 Visage. They just snowball out of bloody nowhere after being completely shut down. All you need is the birds and the medallion, and then your game is on.
Yeah, I think you can see there that Sammy Boy, especially with this very low damage of the Visage, has trouble last hitting against the higher attack speed tower.
Yep. Bit of struggling here and there. Only 3 last hits picked up so far. Shaker's trying to look for couriers in the back, but Rubik's courier already moving away. We'll be safe with that. SVG now rotated bottom to help out. They're gonna leave the Naga Siren to solo farm in top. And the attempt to put pressure onto 4Zoomers safe lane. And this is exactly what you want to do. Fissure into arrow. Very good combo. Seems to work out just fine. Ocean gonna get right click to death. And first blood for Quincy crew. Goes for MSS. That means that the Shaker is gonna have a nice start for his money. Sammy Boy does steal a nice amount of damage back. Lelis does survive. Pops a salve. Heals himself up.
And that just makes it feel bad to use that soul assumption at all, because that's a really big mana commitment. He can only do that twice.
What is the aura on this? I can't see the aura on the Hill Troll Priest, but I was seeing that there's a huge distance between these two. And he was still getting the +2 mana regen. Ocean.
I'm not sure actually.
Ocean's courier actually dies to MSS, so Shaker finds it. won't have access to that for a bit. Noir pretty happy with his lane so far. Monkeys Forever also, they're both tying up their CS. I think those are going to be the bigger heroes. Naga farming up longer, intervening with Song, and then TPing out if they need to evade or dodge something. And 4Zoomers just want to enable to get their Broodmother online as fast as possible and get the required items on their Visage to start applying pressure on Quincy Crew's side of the map. And Quincy Crew, they can play aggressive right now. Maybe for the next 5 minutes or so, they might be determining the pace of this game. And then they just have to see what they have at that point. How close are they to, like, Shaker Blink Daggers, or can they get the Fissure to follow up on the arrow and stuff? Those could work. Lelis drops really low, but Sammy Boy also gets hit by the Fissure. SVG jumping in with the lead charge is very close in, but Lelis will get the kill. Ocean also forced out, so they will secure Lelis with this lane. And Husky, well, there's not much that this support Kunkka can do in this lane.
Still level 1. And this
Still
is
level
definitely a problem. Quincy Crew have absolutely the superior roaming here. And with Ocean not doing too great in this lane, and then the Kunkka getting nothing, you can't actually stop them from going into any lane they want and killing whoever they want.
Tried to get an arrow connection, but it doesn't quite go there. Husky securing bounty runes. It will get 1. Quincy Crew will get 3. So bounties are now 7 against 1 in this game. 2,000 gold lead for the Dire.
And one of the ways in which that shows is that Gunnar isn't actually very far above MSS in net worth.
Oh, what an arrow! Looking for the Fissure block too. We'll get it. Visage has to use a Tango. Get to safety. SVG does take a lot of damage from the Soul Assumption, but he just picked up a straight up medallion. Less than 6 minutes medallion on this Mirana. Very big.
Huge. This is going to allow their course to do so much damage.
Naga's just enjoying the free lane that she has available. Monkeys Forever also moving straight into the jungle. Has that soul ring. Mana regen. Well, not mana regen, but mana conversion to keep on massing up that spider army. Eventually lead into a push. They're putting pressure onto Husky in mid, and Chen roaming around the jungle looking for some creeps for himself. He's got a mud golem. Nothing else yet. Probably not getting much luck. He's been stacking this camp at least once as well, trying to look for some creeps. He goes for the mana burn Saturn Mindstealer. But is he gonna... Yeah, he's just gonna divide the shard golems. And Exorcism used up in mid. They're gonna go for the Kunkka. That's an easy kill for Quincy Crew.
No chance. And they're gonna lose this tower as well. I don't see how they defend this. Surprised to see Gunnar put so many points into the persuasion when I thought that, you know, he was going to meet up with his side lanes.
There's a medallion used by SVG on Ocean, and here comes MSS. A lot of damage with the enchant totem. 7 seconds for Fate Bolt. Trying to catch the DP as well. The spiders are doing a lot of damage. Monkeys Forever can't get the kill. And Quinn also gets a few last hits from the Lings. Meanwhile, still the Ocean chase is happening. Arrow not quite on target. Also, no mana on the Shaker anymore.
But look at who's in lanes right now. All 3 cores of Quincy Crew are in a lane. Mid lane is empty. Bot lane only just had Ocean arrive. This is not looking good when your cores just can't stay in the lanes.
Yeah. Brood's the only one getting farm right now. I think they're putting all the eggs into the Brood basket. But like I said, I wasn't feeling too comfy with this Brood pick. Might be the best in terms of lane, but is it going to win you the game in the end is a completely different story. And Ocean actually dies here in the bot lane. MSS and Lelis. They use the Reaper Scythe for the kill, and it's 4-0 for Quincy Crew. And if you look at the net worth, it's a top 3 lead, and only the Broodmother inside the top 4. Message very far away.
The levels are way more concerning to me right now. There's not even an ult on Visage yet. He needs that so badly. As you said, that's the moment where you go from nobody to somebody, and he just still hasn't yet made
Husky
it.
is like such an easy kill for Quinn as well. The X-Mark Torrent is there. Drops to half HP. Still more Siphon charges available. Walks into a Hadouken creep. They have the stun available too. They might be able to kill off this Death Prophet right here. And they do. They have the damage for it. Just running on high ground. Still surviving for a bit longer, but not for too long. And Quinn will lose his life.
Yeah, Sammy Boy was desperately last hitting creeps in the middle of that. He was like, I gotta get this 6. I gotta get this 6. He does. Now he gets to play. But yeah, his bot tower's already gone. There's already a Naga in his top jungle, so it's well, keep mid tower or bust. Get mid tower or bust, I should say.
Yeah, they will take the mid tower. Bit of money for the Zoomers, at least their first objective of the game. Start things off with towers 1 to 2, as he already said. The tower is gone from 4Zoomers, and Naga happily farming up to be very big. Lelis is being chased up. Torrent dodge. Ocean trying to get something out of here. We've got the X mark. They've got the telekinesis as well. Damage is there, and the soul assumption. And Yawar is not able to cancel with the song, but they're still setting up for a fight. Collapsing all around the Visage, and they get the arrow from the song. The combination is there. They take the Visage. They're going to take the Rubik as well. The right clicks are there. The Fissure will steal the kill, but it gets the job done. Sammy Boy does get his familiars back to safety, though. Meanwhile, Brood trying to initiate a push into the top lane, into the top tower. Very big spider army.
It does mean that they're not taking bounties at all, though. I wonder if that's going to come back to bite them in the ass. I guess SVG is not looking to sneak them right now.
Yeah, well... bounties are looking at 9 to 1 right now for Quincy crew. Now there's 2 more to be picked up. I'm keeping a statistic over here, looking at how much money that bounty rune gold in total might actually affect the balance of this game. It's a very important objective.
Especially when you're so far behind. And Yawar just kills these Visage birds whenever he can. It's so easy for him.
Arrow, web. What a beautiful combination. I don't know. I can't really react to that. It's just that they throw the web in, you see the arrow coming in, you know you're dead. They're going to pop the level 1 exorcism on Quinn. Siege up this bot tier 2 tower. Potentially even take it with the catapult. They've got another creep wave. They've got illusions who can also tank this. Sammy Boy drops in the familiar. And Husky and Ocean are coming in. Torrent not going to be on point. They're also out of there, so they won't get to finish the tower. The job is left undone.
And Lelis takes a stack in the jungle here as well. There is just nowhere for 4Zoomers to farm.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
And they're going Vlad's on this Visage as well. Still building face boots as well. 3k net worth.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
We have a Mirana ulti and a smoke in the mid lane, and they're going for monkeys. They can get a huge echo slam here from MSS, and the Reaper's sight with a fissure on Sammy Boy, who's unable to react to this situation. A lot of damage. That echo, 1072 damage with the fissure, enchant totem, the aftershocks.
Beautiful. That's... I mean, it's just... I was really rooting for this Chen to work out, but there's just no resources on the side for 4Zoomers. They can't put down any sentries to do with the Mirana because they have such limited amounts of money.
Yeah, like if their Visage was online now, this could be a different situation because the Chen's army is ready. Gunner can do a lot of things with this, and they should be pushing. They should be taking objectives right now. They're not doing it. They can't. They're too far behind.
No, they can't. And they're never going to get their waves back under control either, just because your war is so big. He's going to have a Manta style in the next minute.
Very close to having it. Naga is still a problem that they need to address in the mid game, and I don't think they have any answers towards the late game. That's a hopeless scenario trying to kill this Naga. Not to even talk about the DP, who also scales up very well in HP, and the Necrophos, who's just very hard to kill too. You're running into a case of we have no damage, sir.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's more than that. You also don't really have the ability to make plays apart from, let's say, this Rubik stealing a fissure, but
Arrow on the Rubik.
he is arrowed right now, yes.
Diffusal Blade is ready, and Mirana just leaps back to safety. One more charge on SVG. And now we do have that push. Gunner finally took that top tier 2 tower down. The spiders are ready. Now is the time to act. But they need Sammy Boy for this too. He's the one with the Vlad Zora. And Quincy Crew are making their way towards the bottom lane. That tier 2 tower already taken away by UR.
Yep, and this is what I meant when I said earlier that these illusion heroes were going to be really good at making sure you can take the other outpost. Because UR has just been living in this jungle, and it required a lot of heroes to go top to take that tower, but UR has just been sitting there on his own, chipping at the tower on his own. And they get the correct trade there.
Very spreaded as well, and they are looking to kill someone. Mirana ulti is going to expire now. Monkeys Forever needs to be careful because he's being chased right now. And does he see UR? He sees him. The pings are coming out as well. And he's trying to make a run for it. He's even baiting out with these spiders. Oh, they... Oh, he's going to leave those to the slaughter. Does he see... You see that? The dragons threw their right clicks for some AoE damage. The Riptide dropped their armor. And then the Hellbear Smasher drops his own ability. And you see all the... You could almost say that the neutrals are being more farmed than this Visage.
It's a very rich tomato over here.
A very rich tomato indeed. Almost face boots on the Visage, so that's something. We have Ags almost on the Broodmother, so still positive things for the 4Zoomers lineup.
Yep. And they've sort of stopped the bleeding now. Like, the gold graph was going down all the way, but yeah, 5k, 4k, it's about stable. And as the game progresses further, that gold lead means less. So
They're smoked up behind Monkeys. They're going to use Monkeys Forever as a bait, and Lilith is right there. Husky is revealed by the catapult, and they're backing out. Now they're putting Quinn. Quinn's got a plate mail. He's got a lot of armor, and they're going to go for another one. They're going to try and go for the attempt as well. The X-Mark is there. Can he take down Quinn? The 3-man silence coming in from the Death Prophet as well, so they can't get their combos off, but there's the damage. There's the Echo Sun as well. It does a bit of damage, but it does enough. They will take down the Broodmother. They will take down the Visage, and the supports are on the run, and so is Chen. Chen is the hell out of there. You have no creeps. You have nothing remaining. They have lost.
He's barely hurt.
They were dealt a heavy blow, and there goes another core. 11-2 for Quincy Crew. They can't even kill this Mirana. She just leaps away. And here's Ocean,
so
just waiting on a platter. Please kill me. Triple kill for Quinn.
End my pain. I have nothing left here.
Pain and suffering for 4Zoomers. 8,000 gold now behind Quincy Crew. We just talked about the bleeding has somehow been stopped, and now the Gush is bleeding once again.
It's very rough. They do have a limited amount of playmaking ability in these tight corners that Quincy Crew has going to get to in order to get to their base, but like, honestly, with the Shaker on the side of Quincy Crew, I think they do it better. And like, Quinn picked up that plate mail first. He's going for a blink dagger next. This man knows that he can't die, and he just wants to pop that ultimate, sit in the middle of everything, and chew them all up. And I completely agree with him. That's the way to go. You don't have the damage to deal with him whatsoever.
I would have liked to see this Chen rather as a 3 than a 2. I don't even know what the idea of this mid-gen is. I never felt comfortable with it.
Neither did I, but I wanted to believe, man. It's different.
We have swapped parts. I'm usually the one believing, and now I have no faith.
I mean, certainly not anymore, no.
Well, definitely not. You are gonna get the kill on this Kunkka. Chen heal is also a tad bit too late. Ocean, almost gets arrowed up.
Ocean never gets arrowed, man. It's like I've seen him play against Mirana like 5 times now, and he just meticulously sidesteps every single one of them. Except for that one time earlier when we saw him, but we don't count that.
Well, we have Ags on the Brood, at least. The only 2 kills on board, both for Sammy Boy. Visage also going for Ags. So we have 1, 2 Ags. We have Pipe and Dominator on the Chen. Konka's going for Urn. Potentially Spirit Vessel after. Rubik just going for a cast range and a Veil. So we're talking full auras and putting the faith into the animals. About animals, you should also ask for Humane Society of the United States, maybe if they're interested in the zoo draft. Check that below the stream banner. Going on to the gunner. And there's the Echo Slam to make things sure that they will get the Chen kill happen. Husky also used up in the air. A lot of heavy damage kicking in. Survives the engagement. And Brood gets to push out the mid wave, but there's an Ops Ward as well, and they're instantly turning their eyes towards Monkeys Forever. Can they collapse on top of this Brood?
Oh, he's so nervous. Look at him skittering away. You know,
he's got so much movement speed. No, no.
Visage got blocked.
Sammy Boy. He's getting back up though, and he's using the birds really well there to buy a bit of extra time, but they're both low and they're body blocking each other's inside the trees. The boat's going to connect as well. Ocean with 17 HP and Marana with that one right click will get the job done. Leaps back onto the high ground to the safety. You are able to throw a web onto Sammy Boy, but Visage is still holding his ground for now.
Barely.
Barely indeed.
Yeah, like the problem that they're going to have is Yuar. And specifically Yuar with a butterfly.
Well, they got the catch. They just need to keep the vision and then throw the web. Yule's in the air. Fissure. Yeah, there we have it. Won't have the time to quickly go into the trees and lose Fog of War so the Naga, because Naga's web still has a cast time. So they want to make sure the Shaker's there at least with the Fissure so they can get that done. Brood Mother killed, and Roach is definitely up. Quincy Crow could start looking at it. We have a Manta Butterfly on Naga in 20 minutes. How about that?
Yeah, that's free farm Naga numbers. Noir just has been playing PvE. He can do whatever he wants now, and I think it might be Roche, yeah, because they have the medallion ready as well.
Yes, they had the medallion from the early minutes, so I was thinking they could definitely go, but it's just down to the Naga. When does Yuar feel comfortable enough to go into the Roche pit? Just look at that Roche melt. Just look at it go. And 4Zoomers can't do anything about it. Aegis for the Naga, and instantly looking for pickoffs. Ocean is there. Nice blink Yules. They catch the Rubik. Silence up as well, and the damage. The Siphon deals the most. They have the Fissure to keep the Rubik in place. Chen is also going back home.
Sad. Yeah. How do you defend your high ground with a zoo draft? You're not mobile. You're not going to outplay with this lineup. You can just stand there and micro.
Yeah, to be honest, 4Zoomers have lost this game. They ran out of time. I always talk about the clock, and I think the clock is already overdue.
They never gave themselves a time.
Oh, they never did.
Just didn't get out of the lanes well enough.
Oh, they're trying to look for at least some singular pickoffs, because they see they are a bit spread it out. If they can kill Lelis before he gets... Does he get the Gauss Shroud? He doesn't get the Shroud off at all. Lelis, there's the Echo Slam from MSS, but it only hits the creeps. It doesn't hit any heroes. This could be a fight for Zoomers. Shaker dropping low. They will take a second. Once there's a double kill for Sammy Boy. Keeping up the chase, Diffusal Blade, and there's the song. This is exactly what the Naga's going to be doing. Pop the song, let the people retreat. Let's not lose any more heroes. But 4Zoomers might get a little push going on from here. Nope, they're just spreading out. And Sammy Boy catches an arrow.
There's not a lot to push anymore. Like, in that regard, the draft has done what it normally does, which is take a bunch of outer towers. So it also means that now they don't have anything to run to anymore. What you can do here is bring a bunch of vision and try to restore your aggressive vision. But I don't see any wards. Yeah, here, they're on Husky, and he's not nearly far forward enough.
Yeah, very blind on the map. Plus, they need 3 minutes to wait for the Aegis to run out, at least. And Quinn is looking for another Blink Yules combo, and we'll get it. Arrow will connect. They don't even need to use the silence this time. MS says, like, should I fissure this? The Quinn is probably, no. Let me have it. My stats need to look good at the end of this game. Well, chasing Gunner.
heal reduction.
3 seconds for
that shooting
Yules.
starts
Chen
to-
feels like, well, I'm gonna try and turn around you. MSS dealing a
It's
lot of
pretty
damage
tanky.
onto these creeps, but that arrow will at least take one away. He is standing his ground pretty efficiently here, but suddenly finds himself surrounded by another hero. That's Necrophos dropping the hammer, dropping the scythe.
Oh, now his army dies.
Yep, army gone, back to recruiting. Any more
Wonder if he has
conscripts
enough
for the
time.
Chen army?
I don't think he'll be getting volunteers, that's for sure.
So we're turning into a forced tyranny.
Yes.
They are reluctant to join the Chen army because Quincy crew is so far ahead that the neutrals just want to join the winning side.
Oh no, Ocean.
Oh wait, oh. Alright, so dying inside your base basically.
Yeah, and it's like
That's
he
rude.
just wanted to lift.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Yawara says no.
You sure he wanted to lift or to live? Both?
If he wanted to live, he should have done something else.
Yeah, I guess. Definitely should have. Monkeys trying to dodge. There's a Piranha alted crew approaching Sammy Boy. Visage. Big trouble. They are hunting them down as a pack.
He tried to cheekily TP away behind the tree, but got
Yeah.
used. And yeah, it's just it's monkeys forever running around the map, cutting creep waves. That's keeping them in this game at all. But the problem is that I don't see a late game like end game for them, even if they manage to do that. So they're really counting on the Quincy crew just messing up here.
Yep.
At very least, monkeys is
Naga?
probably going to have a BKB soon.
Interesting. Naga's just going 1 versus 3 here. They get the torrent on him as well. He does have Aegis though, but they take down monkeys and now turning their attention towards the Naga Siren. Manta dodging, doesn't get hit by the boat. Was on the very edge of it, probably wouldn't have been hit anyway. Gunners, recruits are dying once again. Hadouken creep trying to get out. They... Yep. No, the wolf can't get out either. That's a big loss. I think the wolf is the biggest thing that you can lose here.
Look at the amount of money that you get for those things as well.
Yeah, that's as well. That as well. The Dominator creep dying too. It hurts. It hurts. Yep. Shadowblade for the Shaker. And 4Zoomers are... I don't know what they're holding on to here. I mean, if they can get singular pickoffs, then maybe. But they are so... They have to get and do so many things at the same time. It's just not working. Aegis will expire from Quincy crew. And they respect the high ground defense from 4Zoomers. They're gonna let them live for now. Gunner catches an arrow. And we're gonna hear this voice line from Lettuce all over again every time that arrow connects.
It's a good habit. Like, I see why you have to respect his high ground defense. At the same time, though, it can be over in a heartbeat. If SVG gets a nice arrow, it's all over for 4Zoomers.
Give me some action. This is,
Oh,
I'm definitely not enjoying this right now. Probably 4Zoomers aren't either. Mirana ult right under a sentry ward. They see him. Monkeys Forever turning in with a BKB. Gets... Oh, look at that arrow damage. All right. He can actually take down Lelis. And that spider, look at those legs. Those are some real spada legs. Right there. But Monkeys Forever with his BKB charge used. They only find the Necrophos. Naga ready to drop the song. The song of her people. Torrent catches the Naga. They also find MSS. Silence is coming out from Quinn as well. They get the Starstorm damage for Emotion. He's got a stolen Fissure. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Drops it. It drops it onto MSS for a kill. Buyback coming in from the Konkan. There's the song and that's reset. Let's reset again.
Quincy crew a bit out of position here after that Aegis times out. They feel unfocused, and I understand why, because this feels like a shoehorn at this moment, right? But that is exactly the way that maybe 4Zoomers can come back. You gotta play this out with discipline. If you don't do that, then yeah, this Broodmother can still nibble on you something fierce.
Naga and Mirana still unkilled. SVG in the previous 2 games against 4Zoomers went up 2 games in a row with 13 kills and 2 deaths, so 26 kills and 4 deaths. Now he's 2-0 and 13. Has never been in harm's way. even though this Mirana was first pick in the entire draft.
Is SVG on the Mirana now, though?
Yeah, true. It is SVG on the Mirana and not MSS.
Just matching his teammates' performance.
Two
He's
good
been
Mirana
excellent.
players in your team. Gotta be happy about that. Used to be one of my favorites as well when played as a +4. But that was the time when you would just sit in mid and keep throwing arrows. Monkeys forever has a BKB. They should be fine, but the rest of them aren't. Rubik and Chen both caught in here. Echo Slam's available, but doesn't even need to use it. The Stolen Fisher's out there for a little bit of time, but Gunner going down. Reaper's Scythe as well. 74 seconds gone, and they're like, hey, there's wards here. Does that even matter? Does that even matter at this point? Monkeys is trying to put a little push going on in mid, and Quincy crew are trying to choke out the waves. But there's Visage Birds pushing in bot. There's one Chen creep here, keeping their creep wave away. And they're just driving high ground right here. They've got the Song, they've got the Damage Conquer dieback as well. Fourth hero going down, that's the Visage. And only one hero remaining, which is the Brood. And Brood is farming jungle. So Quincy crew should just be taking racks. There's no backdoor protection either. What are they waiting for? Just go. Just go on the high ground already. End the suffering.
But like it is definitely 4Zoomers here as well. We're just refusing to give up. Look at this Chen still microing a creep in the top lane. He's keeping the waves back with all of his might.
He's been trying for a long time. He has been holding these waves for in their place for quite some time. Still, Quincy crew are going to pick up. They're going to pick up some gold for themselves. The Echo Slam dropped on the Brood Mother, and okay. I don't know if this is some kind of war of attrition type of gameplay where, I mean, this game technically should have been over already, where they're just like they're frustrating their opponents by holding on this game.
Mental attrition.
Mental attrition, I guess.
Yeah, like as long as you don't mind playing it and you're not like tired, then yeah, keep on split pushing, keep on doing it, because Quincy crew are just going to get very annoyed with you. I imagine they are right now.
Well, it's one way. I mean, you've made it all the way to the finals. Might as well have that one chill game and laugh about it, because you're so used to best of threes. When you go to a best of 5, you're just thinking like, nah.
Yeah, the first game, you know, you're just warming up, aren't you?
Yeah, they're turning it into a best of 3 if you tie up the series anyway. So need 2 victories after that, but you need to win them games though. This one definitely looking like it's gonna go for Quincy crew, even though we've played 31 minutes, 28 kills for Quincy crew, only 6 for the Zoomers, with a mid-Chen not able to achieve anything in this game except for 4 tower kills. That's all about that's about it. That's all they have achieved this game. They've got a nice amount of network on all their cores. Yes, yeah, exactly. Most of them go to this Brood Mother.
It's like, I really don't think the Brood, I like the Brood where it was in the draft. It wasn't ideal, but then again, you know, it's a side lane, you know, it's a different function. But they definitely needed to have a different draft around it, and the Chen, now that I see how Gunnar has been handling it, is very improvised.
Definitely does. They can't even kill these Naga illusions. They're having such a hard time just trying to destroy these. The Naga's not doing she's not doing a massive amount of damage onto this tower though. She is kind of solo pushing it.
So careful.
Monkeys is trying to bait them out, try and get some information maybe, bait with the spiderlings, I don't know. Well, none of the Zoomers want to follow up and just gave all your spiders to Yawar.
Well, he made it back to the lane and now he can start cutting again.
Yeah, back to cutting.
Maybe this man should have become a barber.
What's going on with this one range creep? Hello? I have no idea where he's going, but then again, Rubik will be hit down with the scythe. 60 seconds, buyback available, repair kit still ticking. No glyph available. Backdoor protection is up though. That creep cutting has worked out, but now backdoor is off, And here comes the
There they
Exorcism.
go.
Buyback from the Rubik as well. Trying to make a dent into
Might be
Quincy
the last
Crew, and
one.
they want to take this one. Quincy Crew want to end the game already. Onto the Visage. Sammy Boy dropped to very low HP. Has an Orchid available. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get to use it at all. The boat will connect onto 2. Here's the Broodmother coming onto the back line with the BKB. Pop the Squelch, trying to deal out some damage, but he's just outmanned, outpowered, and there's nothing that Monkeys can do here. He's trying to hit, but he's just not doing enough damage, and that song is going to reset everything, and this is where Zoomers are going to start losing heroes. They miss the arrow, but it doesn't matter. Monkeys is down, Gunner is down, GG's called. Finally, game 1 for Quincy Crew.
I think this is a very good demonstration of why I absolutely loathe Repair Kit. I have been hashtag Repair Kit since the start. This item either gives a team that has been, you know, that didn't get the tempo for themselves an opportunity to maybe come back and a reason to just hang on to something that was lost, or it just drags out a game forever, and you get this. And I like it every time I see a Repair Kit lose. There's nothing to it. It's like the teams that are using it, because if it's in the game, you gotta use it. But man, like this just don't.
Well, at least the Repair Kit really didn't have much of an effect in this game, at least. So,
Yeah.
Pristine game from SVG and Noir. Naga getting a free lane. The Broodmother having the best lane out of 4Zoomers. They lost the Visage lane. They lost the Chen lane. Losing 2 lanes with the pusher lineup is a doomed scenario. So that pretty much tells everything about it. It was a slugfest. It was honestly a slugfest. This was really boring to watch, but at least we got the grand final started. Hopefully we get something different from 4Zoomers. Maybe they were just having a little bit of fun, but we're going to take a tiny break and we're going to see what happens in game 2.